Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I am probationary Second Lieutenant Janalyn Saman Matalam, a Muslim and aspiring soldier of the Philippine Army. Soldiers are my superheroes growing up. I live in a place where peace and harmony was never attained. War is like a permanent thing in my place.
I'm probationary Second Lieutenant Dinashina Rosa Bernaldez. So I'm 25 years old from Butuan City. And I realized how contagious terrorism is. I want to contribute with the best of my abilities to stop terrorism in the Philippines.
I'm the class president of OCC 53 KASIKLAB. Dito sa OCS, they taught us that everything has a purpose. Kahit sa maliit na bagay, may purpose yung mga pinapagawa sa amin. Hindi lang yung trip-trip lang, hindi lang gusto nila pinapagawa sa amin to.
I learned that no matter how nonsense things would seem in your perspective, you just need to follow and everything would eventually make sense.
So in the OCS history, we are the biggest class. And it is a challenge for us how to manage and discipline ourselves. So we are still at the dome guard phase. And as a dome guard, I can see and I can say that now we are disciplined. Teachable na kami enough to accept those corrections, such cautions, just to improve ourselves.
Itong class na to, ito yung class na kakaiba dahil it composed of different ethnics, religions na nanggagaling sa iba't ibang parte ng Pilipinas.
As class president, I could say that this class is the largest class and the strongest class ever in officer candidate school. And we are the most snappiest class for me.
The reason why I'm here is not only for service, but also to my family.
The training changed me specifically in the behavior of being an officer. Here in the Army, because it is an officership, it is all about the academic.
Nag-start kami marami kaming haters eh. Sabi nila kami daw yung the worst class. Sobrang dami namin gustong patunayan, hindi lang kami pang isang area. Parang we could just do different things and we can perform in different things and not just to perform but we could do it excellently. Naniniwala ako sa class na to eh. Sobrang ang lakas ng faith ko dito sa class na to. So, I just want us to graduate as a whole. You know, lahat kami magawa yung lahat ng activities well. Lahat kami makapag-perform well and yun, be a competent Philippine Army officer.
As soon as the battalion is formed, the battalion adjutant designates Alpha Company as the base company. In a brisk manner, as the adjutants go, the battalion adjutant positions himself midway within the line of the troops and is their commander. Then the battalion adjutant commands parade dress as the band plays a martial tune.
The mission of the Officer Academy School is to conduct pre-entry training to selected individuals for proficiency and proactive training in the field.
It's the most rigorous leadership curriculum in the nation. The lesson learning will become the foundation for the children and the leaders of the armed officers and the personnel. For these who want to officers with their own choice to lead, to inspire, and to serve.
Armed Forces of the Philippines, Deputy Commander, Training and Doctrine Command, Brigadier General Rowan S. Tolentino, Armed Forces of the Philippines, Training and Doctrine Command, Philippine Army. And also, Colonel Nilo Pinganuan, Infantry, General Staff for Philippine Army, the Acting Commander, Official Military Training Center, Training Doctrine Command, Philippine Army, and by the Battalion Commander, Second Lieutenant John Marlon Ilaguro, Philippine Army.
He was commissioned as Second Lieutenant in the Philippine Army after graduating from Philippine Military Academy in March 1986 as a proud member of the PMA's Sinakala class of 1986. Lieutenant General Alberto is a recipient of numerous awards and commendations for his accomplishments in the service. Among these awards are Distinguished Service Stars for services rendered in positions of major responsibility, Gold Cross Medals for gallantry in combat, Silver Cross Medals, Bronze Cross Medals, Military Merit Medals for combat and administrative accomplishments, Silver Wing Medal, Sagisan Nawalang Flower, Military Commendation Medals, and many more. He also received various plaques, commendations, and honors. Born on 6 December 1963 in Quezon City, Lieutenant General Alberto is married to Jessica O. Alberto from Catalonia and Samba. They are blessed with 2 sons and 3 daughters.
Ladies and gentlemen, our guest of honor and speaker, Lieutenant General Makailo S. Alberto, Armed Forces of the Philippines, Commanding General, Philippine Army.
Heavenly Father, source of all wisdom, we acknowledge your divine providence and greatness among us this morning as we bind ourselves to the sweet mission rights of Officer Captain Force Class 53 last 2020. We thank you for the blessing of bringing us here safely, for the gift of each person, and for the gift of life you have extended for us. We ask you to open our hearts and minds for us to understand the things that you wanted us to learn. Give us light and strength to know your will, to make it our own and to live it in our lives. Give all the students all the graces they need most, faith and trust in you, and perseverance under trials. May we work hard, equip themselves with sufficient skills and knowledge to be aware and responsive to the needs of the Philippine Army, thereby enabling them to keep their channels and instruments of their blood hand. Bless the Commandant, Colonel Ariel M. Reyes, and all the officers and instructors of the Officer Candidate School as they continue to mold the candidate officers in order to prepare them to become responsive to the needs of the Philippine Army. dedicated to the call of duty and fidelity to their commitment to service. We beseech you, Lord, to bless the guest of honor and speaker for today's meeting, Lieutenant General Mateo S. Alberto, AET, the Commandant General of the Philippine Army, and all officers of the trio present here today, parents, loved ones, and other guests present. May all of us useful and effective instruments of your peace. Where there is hatred and animosity, there is no love. Where there is danger, security. Where there is division, unity. As we carry out our duties and responsibilities, keep us firm in our belief that whatever we do, we will always belong to your glory and give honor to our Spirit. We ask this in your most holy name we pray. Amen.
Our guest of honor and speaker, the 60th Commanding General of the Philippine Army, to whom to be introduced later, the Commander of TRADOC, Major General Cornelio H. Valencia Jr., Armed Forces of the Philippines, Brigadier General Ruen S. Tolentino, Armed Forces of the Philippines, Deputy Commander of TRADOC, the Commandant of OCS, Colonel Alier Reyes, to the lovely wife of our Commanding General, Ma'am Jessica Alberto, the Chief of Staff of TRADOC, Colonel Gulliver Sinieres, the CG Party composition led by G1 Pay, Colonel Poten Kamba, and G9 Pay, Colonel Danny Carino. Center commanders present, school commandants present, other officers, unenlisted personnel of TRADOC. Of course, we have here Brigadier General Dida retired, one of the families of one of the students. Families, relatives, and friends, other guests of TRADOC, good morning. Una sa lahat, ang aking pagbati sa members ng OCC KASIKLAB Class 53-2020 na napagtagumpayan na abutin ang ritual na ito na tinatawag nating recognition rites. Sa mga magulang, kapatid, kamag-anak at kaibigan ng bumubuo ng klaseng ito, ay aming galak na i-welcome po kayo uli dito sa hallowed grounds ng Training and Doctrine Command, Philippine Army. Subalit habang kayo po ay naririto at nakikibahagi sa okasyong ito, ay marami sigurong katanungan ang napapalob sa inyong kaisipan kung anong kahalagahan ng okasyon ito na tinatawag na recognition rites. Ito po ay isang tradisyon na kalimitan na ginagamitan ng pakikipagkamay at pagtapik sa likod ng isang upper class o senior officer candidate that ceases of their being damgard. It is also a rite of passage and acceptance to the OC Corps that signifies the end of numerous restrictions and difficulties that only a damgard or the lowest cadet can experience, and a tradition that every officer candidate cherishes, for they have successfully hardened and met the challenges of the damgard life and the unbuttoning of their collar, which start to be about of being a ruling class. Again, to the families and friends and loved ones of the OCC CL53 Class 53-2020, it is my honor to welcome you on this momentous occasion and welcome you to TRADOC Philippine Army, the home of professionals.
Thank you, sir. At this point, we will now proceed to the recognition rites of the Officer Candidate Corps Class 53-2020, KASIKLAB.
On 0-2-2019, a total of 280 aspiring officer candidates took oath at headquarters Philippine Army Grandstand, Fort Bonifacio, Taguig City. The class is composed of 171 males and 44 females with the classmate KASIKLAB from the Philippine word KASIKLAB, which simply means to impress with explosive skill of excellent performance. KASIKLAB represents the OCC Class 53-2020, which now consists of 212 officer candidates. These unity of officer candidates marching in front of you is the largest in the history of the Officer Candidate School, comprised of diverse individuals coming from different walks of life, with 31 corporal enlisted personnel, 26 from the Philippine Army, 1 of which is Scout Ranger, 1 from the Philippine Navy, 3 from the Philippine Air Force, and 1 from the Philippine National Police. The class has 32 licensed teachers, 90 licensed engineers, 80 licensed specialists, 60 licensed criminologists, 5 registered nurses, 3 registered pharmacists, 6 registered agriculturists, 4 medical technologists, 3 psychometricians, 2 registered social workers, and 4 cross trainees from the Bureau of Corrections. The class came from different academies, Tagalog, Bisaya, Boli, Yoga, Waray, Logo, Pagkakalaman, Cebuano, Itawas, Yunan, Ifugao, Logo, Ibon, Maranao, Pagkasidense, Apago, Rosor, Marticayan, Magdalawan, Tayo, Suban, nag-isama kami ng mga paranan sa Pampanga, Ikaw, Pagkipanan, Pagkakita, Pamalo,
Today, we are very much honored to have with us one of the best commanding generals of the Philippine Army. Not because of the many accomplishments that he has done during his term, which, if you know him personally, he would not publicize. He is a man who is very humble and very inspiring. And I think that makes him a great leader. One who can inspire you to do better in anything you do, to do better in the service. And not many people know that the current Commanding General of the Philippine Army has brought back the whole Army to the vision of the Philippine Army operating concept and the land maneuver concept. Looking at those vision of what the future Philippine Army going back to that track makes me very proud of what the future of the Army would be. Our guest of honor is also a person who values training. When he was in his advanced course, one of his papers is also how to train people, how to improve their physical fitness. Again, when he was a commander in the field, he would use training as a rehearsal for his troops. That is why we have the Warrior Challenge. What you do in the field is what we exercise. And technically, that is rehearsal. So what makes me proud as a Trade Commander is that I have a commanding general that knows the value of training, education. Education and training is an investment, as I would say. And I am proud that the Commanding General has been very supportive to TRADOC to provide the best to the cadets and the best to the pre-entry courses that we have, the candidate soldiers courses. Ladies and gentlemen, be inspired from our guest of honor this day, the 60th Commanding General of the Philippine Army, Lieutenant General Makairo S. Alberto, ASP.
Please be seated. Salamat, Major General Alexia. Wonderful. Group Commander, give tigas pahinga. First of all, let me acknowledge Major General Cornelio Valencia, the Commander of Trado, Brigadier General Tolentino, the Deputy Commander, Trado, Colonel Binluan, the Acting Commander of IMTC, Colonel Reyes, the Commandant of OCS, and of course the Sergeant Major, Chief Master Sergeant Edgar Capas. Let me acknowledge my new bride, 25 years ago, Mrs. Jessica Alberto, who is a proud parent. And also, let me acknowledge Brigadier General Loro Bendita and Mrs. Dita. To the members of the Trado and OCS, officers and school commandants, and business personnel, members of the HPA staff na kasama ko, to the proud parents, families, relatives, and friends, and of course, the members of the OCC Class 53-2020 KASIKLAB. Magandang umaga sa ating lahat. My congratulations to the men and women of the Officers Candidate Course Class 53-2020 KASIKLAB. You have emerged victorious from the hardship of the past 5 months through grit and determination and the well-trained abilities of promising military leaders. I saw a big transformation in you. The first time we met was at the headquarters of the Philippine Army Grand Staff during your sermon. And now I saw a big change. Very much different from what you were once when I sent you all to the Trado. So I'd like to congratulate first the members of the Officer Candidate School and the Training and Doctrine Command for the very good training that you have provided these young men and women. To the OCC Class 53-2020 KASIKLAB, this milestone means that you have successfully survived challenges of vanguardship. Now you are armed with the right attitude and have developed the determination and competencies needed for the next stage in becoming Army leaders. All your experiences prior to your institution have given you a glimpse of new and bigger responsibilities as future officers. Positive attitude, obedience, and discipline that you now embody are qualities that will help you prevail over tougher and more complex trainings and responsibilities ahead. More than career, however, never forget that you are here for a purpose greater than yourself. That is, to serve our fellow Filipinos and our country. Your admission to the Officer Candidate School was a pledge of your confidence in the organization and its mission, to serve our people and secure our land. As we move forward to develop and sharpen our capabilities as leaders and public servants, may the Army core values honor, patriotism, and duty your guide in all your actions. As you prepare to officially join the Army Officer Corps later on. To the 214 strong members of the Officer Candidate Course Class 53, that's 2020, congratulations once again. The Philippine Army, proud to have all of you march with us. And let me also say that I am a very proud parent right now. Congratulations to everyone. Mabuhay ang buong katayan ng Pilipinas. Buhay tayong lahat.
As the Commandant of the Officer Candidate School, Training and Doctrine Command, Philippine Army, I have the honor to present to you the 212 students of the Officer Candidate Course Class 53-2020 KASIKLAB. And I further recommend, sir, that said students be declared recognized effective today.
By virtue of the power vested in me as the Commander of the Training and Doctrine Command, Philippine Army, I hereby declare the 212 members of the Officer Candidate Course Class 53-2020 KASIKLAB recognized effective this day. Congratulations!
After recognition, it doesn't mean that all the sacrifices of being a student in the Officer Candidate School will stop, but it is the start of their new career as a responsible individual after being recognized as a student of the Officer Candidate School. All the sacrifices you are going to take, you must have to double time, exert all extra effort for you to be developed as a pure-blood officer, the future officer of the Philippine Army.
This class has just so much opportunity. Sobrang diverse, sobrang dami naming pwedeng mapuntahan, sobrang dami naming pwedeng gawin. You know, for me, this class has a future and the future is bright for us.
Don't give up. If you would fail, just try again. Eventually, you would get your goal soon, as long as you would pray hard for it.
KASIKLAB, with its meaning, a burning class.
It's a class full of happy-go-lucky persons, maingay, makulit, but despite all of that, I can say, and I am proud to say, that we are unified. Despite our diversities, despite that we came from different parts of the Philippines, we share the same goal. We share the same reason. We are here for service.
Wala na, wala. Bubuuin ng mga kadete ang mga letra O, C, at S na isinasubuhan ang tatlong makakalagang pagbubuhay, kagilihan,
integridad,
at pagtuwad sa buhay.
Hindi madaling makahubog ang isang sundalong matapang at makabayan. Kinakailangan itong magtuon ng sapat na panahon upang maunawaan ang mga pangangailangan ng bansa. Panahon dapat ilaan sa pagsasanay sa ROTC.
Naniniwala ang OCS na ROTC ang isa sa mga sagot sa mas disiplinadong Pilipinas.
Ipinapakita ngayon ng iyong mga kadete ang ilang uri ng pagsasanay sa paghawak ng sandata simula sa letrang O, C, at S. Disiplinado, maaasahan at makabayan. Ito ang sundalo ng buong katihan.
Nagbibigay ugat sa mga bayang pinagmulan, nangunguna sa pagtitiwala sa bayan.
Inyong nasasaksihan ang pagbuo ng mga letrang P at A, simbolo ng Philippine Army o buong katihan.
Ang buong katihan ng Pilipinas at ang bawat ay pinagbubuklod ng iisang prinsipyo kung saan ang bawat isa ay kumakatawan para sa isa't isa, kumikilos para sa bawat isa, makikipagdigma para sa bawat isa, at kung kinakailangan ay mamamatay para sa bawat isa. Hindi lamang kami ang mga sundalo, tayong lahat ang bumubuo sa PRA. Tayo ang buo ng Pilipinas. Kami sa buong katihan ay naniniwala sa pamamagitan ng ROTC, mamumulat ang mga kabataan sa mga isyong panlipunan at makakaloob sa mga usaping bayan.
Ang OCS ay naniniwala sa pamamagitan ng maayos na implementasyon ng ROTC. Mas maraming kabataan ang nanganisi na maging sundalo ng bayan at para sa bayan, mapadigmaan man o kapayapaan.
Inyong nasasaksihan ngayon ang pagbuo ng salitang Viva na nangangahulugang mabuhay. Mabuhay ang OCS, mabuhay ang ROTC, mabuhay ang buong katihan, mabuhay ang sambayanang Pilipino.
Buo ang suporta ng OCS sa nais ng Pangulo na ibalik ang mandatoryong ROTC sa pagtutuwang pahubog ng bawat kawal katihan sa pagmamahal sa inang bayan.
Malinaw ang panawagan ni Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte na gawing mandatoryo ang ROTC sa bansa. Anya, ito ang sagot upang mas maging disiplinado at makabayan ang ating mga kabataan.
Taong 2000 sa mga voluntaryo ang ROTC matapos ang isang hindi inaasahang insidente.
Gayunpaman, naninindigan ng buong katihan ng Pilipinas na hindi nila hahayaang muling magkaroon ng ganitong mga pangyayari sa ROTC. Titiyakin din na mas mahigpit na may patutupad ang anti-hate ng mga tactical officers. Nais namin ipapatid na ang ROTC ang hindi lamang umikot sa fraternity at lalong-lalong hindi sa higit. Manalig tayo sa mas magandang community para sa ating mga kabataan handang dahil ang kanilang sarili para sa bayan at sa bayan, mapaliman man o kapayapaan.
Ang inyong mga sundalo ay nakikipaglaban, hindi para sa kanilang mga sarili, kundi para sa kapayapaan ng buong bansa. Kapayapaan pinapangarap ng bawat isa. Kapayapaan paulit-ulit natin pinakasama-sama. Kapayapaan para sa bayan at sa bayan, mapanimaan man o kapayapaan.
Pagmamahal sa bayan, pagtangkil sa sariling kultura, pagpapalaga sa sino, at pagpapaunlad ng sariling kakayahan. Mga pag-uugaling patuloy natin sinasabuhan na siya lang ipapakita sa aming kasiyahan.
Ito ay isa sa mismong kultural na nagsisilbing paalaala sa bawat isa na kailangan hindi dapat kalimutan ang ating pinanggulan. Katulad ng pagkain namin ng mismong Pilipino sa pagsasalaysay ng aming pagtatanghal, nais namin kapatid ng mismong lahi, kultura, wika at mga kaugalang Pinoy ang dahilan kung bakit tayo naging bumintang sa ibang lahi.
You have to go back to serve officers faithfully. Kasi yung mga ROTC, yun yung training. Yun yan sila mag-guide sa mga civilian. Bakit kung ang galing yung ROTC? Nagbago magkaguro tayo ang mga ROTC ang magturo sa civilian. Kayong mga ROTC ang magturo sa civilian.
Bigo, mawawala ang korupsyon. Simple kayang labanan ang agos ng paghamon. Walang madamaman, sabay tayo aahon.
Dinigin ko ang bagyo ng aking mga magulang. Susundin ko ang tuntunin ng paalam.
Tutupan ko ang mga tungkulin ng isang mamamayang makabayan, naglilingkod, nag-aaral at nagdarasal ng buong katapatan.
Iaari ko ang aking buhay, pangarap, pagsisikap sa bansang Pilipinas. Ang pagiging isang awa ng buong kanilang Pilipinas ay nangangahulugan ng pagbuo ng pagkakasundo sa buong kapal sa kanyang bansa at sa kanyang kapwa Pilipino. Nais ng officer candidates mula at ng ROTC na humugot ng mga kabataang tutugon sa tungkulin makakapikot ng may pagmamalaki. Lahat ito'y amin namin sa bayang pag-ibig at bubuhay sa mga katadaan. Kabataan ang pag-asa ng bayan. Kung sina Dr. Jose Rizal at Gat Andres Bonifacio ay muling mabubuhay at magtatanong kung nasaan na nga ba ang mga kabataang handang ialay ang kanilang mga buhay at maglingkod sa bayan. Isa lang ang aming isasagot. Narito kami sa inyong harapan ang inyong mga kadete mula sa OCS na sumusuporta sa ROTC. Kami po ang muling bubuhay ng pambansang pagkakakilanlan at magtataguyod ng dignidad ng bayang aming tanging mga ay pagsilbihan. Mga kanyang mga tagaluwa, dito na nagtatapos ang pagtatangka